Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm going to be doing a review of The Prince of Landis on Xbox. Now, this only came out a few days ago. It was released on the 5th of November 2021. Now, it's developed by Lorstrome, that's Lorestrome, and it's published by Ratalaika Games. Now, I was lucky enough to be given a review copy for this game, so big thank you to them for providing that. And this is basically a sort of adventure game, um, an old school sort of way of exploring the area, finding items, and it's also seems to be mixed with sort of like the conversations of how you would see in a visual novel game. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S via smart delivery. It's optimized for Xbox Series X and S, so that includes sort of 4K and 60 FPS. Now, the description is in the year 1980X. So I'm assuming that's just generic 1980s. Young Evan must survive a bleak life in the snowy backwater of Landis, Oregon. One fateful day, his existence is forever changed by the dark influences of a strange visitor from another world. With the guidance of his new ally, can Evan stand up against schoolyard bullies? Will he have the courage to stand up for himself? The Prince of Landis combines the character-driven story and dialogue of a visual novel with the exploration and puzzle solving of an adventure game. So it features shocking character-driven story, 2D exploration and puzzle solving, and original art and sound. Now, as you can see from the video, um, it's a very unique sort of 2D style. Everything's sort of hand drawn. I really like that. Um, if it looks like I'm going really fast, it's because I was speed running it the second time to get the missed achievements, and also there's a button for run, so you go really fast. It looks a bit weird, but it saves a lot of time. I didn't realize you could do that for quite a while in my first playthrough. So basically, the premise of the game is obviously this kid. You go to school, you get bullied a lot by a bunch of more sort of grown-up teens. You sort of live in a not the nicest of houses, a bit run down. Your dad just sort of doesn't give a shit. And eventually, an alien spaceship crashes near your house, and you're interacting with this alien and basically helping him, and he's helping you. And that's to keep it as broad as possible to sort of not spoil the story. Now, like I say, I like that there's lots of explorations and stuff like that. You can interact with loads of different buildings, go inside them, interact with items in each of the houses. Lots of dialogue. There's loads of different shops and stuff in the like the little town you can visit. There's the school. Then there's alternate ways to go around. So there's even sewers you can go through and stuff like that. So there's loads of different ways to sort of look at each sort of event. You can go different ways to find different things. There's loads of like items you've got to find to sort of progress the story. So there's lots of back and forth, lots of sort of investigating and stuff like that, trying to find everything. And I really enjoyed that about the game. Now, the dialogue's pretty decent. I can't complain. The game itself will take you a couple of hours easily. I would say if you didn't use a guide, you're probably looking at about 3.5, 4 hours to get through the game. Uh, if you're just in it for the achievements, because this is a Ratalaika Games published game, if you use the guide, you could speed run this probably in about half an hour if you just sprinted through and didn't sort of go into all the different buildings, talk to all of the different characters and stuff like that, and just got what was needed to progress certain bits, basically. Now, there are missable achievements in the game. There's some things for sort of interacting with certain objects. There is so you're going to have to make sure you interact with the correct things. There are two endings. There's like a good ending and then a bad ending as such. Only one of the endings does have achievements, so I highly recommend you save your game before the end, because it's basically down to sort of like a little choice at the end. So I'm doing one thing over the other. So I highly recommend if you want to experience both endings, save your game and then you can experience both of them. I really like that the conversation cutscenes in this game are like they're all hand drawn. It's someone spent a lot of time and effort doing that, and it gives its own sort of appeal. I just like it's got its own sort of style. It's nice to see someone spent all that time drawing all the aliens out, the characters out, and stuff like that. I think it's uh, it's it's shown that someone's been dedicated to this. I mean, I know it's an indie game, but someone's had to draw all them. It's not just using sort of Unity assets and stuff like that. So I always appreciate it when someone's put the time and effort in to make their game more unique. And I like that they're quite graphic later on. They do portray the story quite well. It does get a little darker later on, a bit of violence. So if you're a bit squeamish, you don't want people seeing a lot of blood, it may not be for the younger people. Uh, but at the moment, the game is currently on sale. So you can currently buy it as of the time of recording, which is the 11th of the 11th. You can save £1.60 on it and pick it up for £6.39. And its full price is normally £7.99 on the UK store. So if you're wanting to blitz through this for achievements, or you just want to save a bit of money, grab it early because, like I say, you get that sort of 20% off straight away. But that will go away probably in about a week's time, and then it'll be back up to full price. Now, the only sort of downside to this game is it can get a bit repetitive later on in the game. You're basically going back and forth, finding things for the alien. So he needs this to do something, and then later in the game, it's like I need this to do something. So that is the only sort of negative I can really say about it. For an indie game, that's sort of an adventure game with different dialogue and like a little town to explore. I think it was really, really good, and like I say, I would highly recommend playing through it properly and then speed running it at a later time just to pick up any achievements you've missed, because there are some that I missed in my first playthrough just by playing it and stuff like that. Now, one thing I'm quite proud of us as well is I was the first person in the world to 100% this, like 1000 gamer score it. It's probably the only game I'll ever 1000 gamer score before anyone else, but I'm going to remember it forever. It doesn't happen very often. Like I say, I don't. I've never done it before, and I know it's just in the game, but I'm really proud of it. So yay me! So big thank you to the developers and to Ratalaika Games for letting me play this really cool game, and also for allowing me to be able to obviously be the first to 1000G on Xbox, which is awesome. Now check them out. Like I say, it's out right now. Hopefully, I'd love to see some more by this developer. Like I said, I'd love to see more of the sort of hand-drawn cutscenes and more of this style of gameplay. I do like a good old-fashioned sort of adventure game, and I also like the sort of dialogue options as well. So I'm hoping they do more. I haven't looked into it, but fingers crossed they bring some more out in the future. But that's that for this review. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe. We are closing in like at a rapid rate towards our 500 subscribers, and when we hit that, I'm going to suffer Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII, probably the Xbox version of it, just so I can get achievements. But I'm going to suffer it because I've been saying for years it's the most overrated game ever. So I've said for 500 subs, I will live stream it one night and I will play it and suffer it for your viewing pleasure. But other than that, I'll see you soon for more videos. Bye for now.